someone who is half Asian. Biracial, Amerasian, half-breed, or mestizo are all similar terms. But like African American or Filipino American, Hapa has become the term for political empowerment.
The question that you ask with things like this are, what are you? What is that? And much like the guests we have on the show today, I'm sure you will agree, you get that a lot. What are you? No, yeah. Everyone here is half Filipino. Who usually gives you the what are you question? Is it the Filipino side or the American side?
Mostly the Mexicans thinking I speak Spanish.
Okay, so they just...
But definitely Filipino side. Obviously, I look like I'm white, but they can't, I'm not white enough to be white. And they're trying to figure out what my brown is, And when I say I'm Filipino, I get offended when they go, well, you don't look Filipino. Well, what does a Filipino look like?
When I was growing up, I think I had more identity issues. And so when I was at Filipino gatherings, yeah, I always felt like I needed to start talking about food or maybe saying some words in Tagalog.
Okay, but you felt sort of like a little bit of pressure to have to do that, to sort of fit in.
I did. In high school, I did.
When you're growing up in a place of the country where it's just black and white, I remember being confronted with it one time in the 6th grade, and they were like, what are you? I was like, and I automatically said I was white, because I'd never been asked that before. And even me, I mean, I was, guilty of the ignorance. I was like, well, I'm not black, so I must be white.
Right.
And then they were like, well, what are your parents? I said, well, my mom's Filipino and my dad's white. And they're like, so your mom's not white? I was like, no. They're like, then you're half black.
When you were asking them the questions, are you ashamed of being Filipino? And I'm not, but I remember as a kid, because I look black, when I used to ride in the car with my mom, and my other friends were like looking, I used to duck down, because my mom's Filipino, so they used to think like I was adopted or whatnot. So it was just different, because I look black, but I'm black and Filipino.
So in your case, the Filipino side is so much less accepting.
They're not less accepting, but I'll just get more stereotypes from them.
You have a Filipino mother. Would you say you took more of the Filipino because of your mom?
For me, I did take a lot, but then my mother also made sure to instill that in raising my older sister and myself, making sure that we're exposed to the culture, that we knew of the morals, of the food, of course.
My parents have been together for over 30 years, and it's a blessing to see that a Hapa couple has lasted that long, too. And their main reason was because they made it a point to make sure that we were embraced with both cultures. We did the Pakistani food, we did the Filipino food, we went to Filipino events, Pakistani events, but I think my perspective is completely different from a lot of other people.
The Filipino and basically Asian representation over on the East Coast is lacking. So because of that underrepresentation, I identified myself more with that side because I'm not full white.
Parents need to instill into them to be proud of everything and not just emphasis on one thing or another, saying, are you more Filipino or do you feel more of this? It really should be, these are my identities, because you're the one who gets to choose your own identity. No one else gets to put you in a box. You get to refuse to choose.
Wow.
You get to pick your own, what you want to be. So you could say, I am Filipino, I'm Native American, I'm German, I'm Spanish, I'm British. It's your choice, not someone else to put you in a box. And that's what needs to be taught. And that one needs to be taught to everyone so they will stop doing this.
I think as parents, we should be more supportive of them, knowing that their self-esteem is probably going to be low when it comes to that. And in our experience, what I've encouraged Nicole to be is open-minded and look at people beyond what's out there superficially.
Just accepting of who we are as people and not necessarily what we are as far as cultures or identity. And as next generations come, we need to instill that in them, just as my mother instilled in me. So I think it's very important that we continue that type of progress and education.
I just want to say maraming salamat. Thank you very much for hearing our story and spending this time with us. And open your minds, open your heart, don't judge a book by its cover.
Be heard, stand up, and speak out.